goal of today's webinar is to show you the most important updates we have done in the last couple of months. We already did a lot of changes, and there are in four basic areas: integration, improvement of security, improvement of configuration, and changes of resolvers. What is important from the business perspective is that we have enabled the retail API that allows the configuration of Whalebone from your side, some basic configuration uh, for you, and you can integrate it to your customer portal or even for your own purposes. The second area, the security, is the one we are still working on it, and we'll never stop working on it. And the most interesting thing is that we introduced two new functions. First is blocking page bypass or blocking bypass that allows you to enable your customer to bypass the blockation and to go to the blocked domain if it is blocked from the browser. And the second one is that we start deploying the DNS over HTTPS. We have already some deployments completed, and we can share insights from our site with it. The third one is how is it possible to configure Whalebone? You all know that it is a couple of months we have already the possibility to enable you to set unique policies for your customers and to give them, for example, more protected network. But finally, we built two things that are connected to it. First of all, you can create your fully customized blocking pages for the customers. So it means you can, for example, make your own content, your design, but also to give, for example, B2B customer unique blocking page. The second one is that we have created a content filtering add-on that allows you to, for example, block adult content, illegal gambling, or such categories. There is actually 14 categories. Last but not least, we have prepared a new release of the Whalebone on-premise resolver that enables some enhancements and improvements. And what is more interesting, we have created completely new cloud resolvers, and Robert will show them later on. I have mentioned these two main functions, blocking pages and the retail API, and they are basis for the new product variants. I'm sorry, that's kind of small, but let me describe the logic, and I will share the presentation later on so that you can read it. What you all have is a solution called now DNS security and management. That's suited for your needs to protect and manage your network. Your price is still the same. There is no change actually. And for example, the customization of blocking pages or new cloud resolver is in the price. But what we did is we made two product variants. Second one is, or the first one from new product variants is the content filtering. It actually brings you two things. First is technical. You can use Whalebone to block content based on the customer request. The second is that there is a licensing change. You are not allowed, and you have not been allowed before to resell Whalebone to some customers from your side with the basic variant, DNS security and management. And we decided to give you the chance to sell Whalebone to customers, and we specified the conditions how you can do it, and the version content filtering gives you the chance to sell it to the end customers. And from the perspective of our retail customers, when you think about selling it to selling security or content filtering to retail customers, you will definitely ask me if it is possible to do some integration so that your customer may configure the blockation, activate the blockation, and so on from his or her own side. That is actually what allows the most advanced variant Whalebone ISP Pro that contains retail API for configuration and some functionalities in the administration that allows you to see how many customers is using it and so on. The prices are here. I will send it later on. And that was enough from my side. And I would like to ask Robert if he can switch to himself.
Of course, switching now. Hello, everyone. First of all, I have an agenda I would like to go through. One of the major new features that we have introduced is the ability to customize the blocking pages. The customization allows you to have complete control of the blocking page and to have the blocking page at your premises directly on the resolvers. So our default behavior before was that when we blocked someone because he was going to a malicious site, or he was going to a content that was restricted for some reason, we redirected that particular connection to our cloud blocking page, which has rather limited customization options. So you are able to put in your logo, contact phone, contact email, contact URL, and based on your public IP addresses, public IP ranges, we were able to recognize that this is your customer, and we are still able to display this customized sinkhole or / blocking page. So the change what we brought is that now you are able to prepare your own blocking pages from the scratch and to change anything that's included in the blocking page, any HTML, any CSS, JavaScript, whatever you would like to include. However, we completely understand that maybe you don't want to design everything from the scratch. So we also prepared templates that you can use and only populate some most important values there. So in configuration, in blocking pages, you usually have only one, the default. You can create multiple ones if you want, if you have some use case for it. One of the use cases, quite popular, could be, for example, to prepare particular blocking pages for the customers of yours that would like to have any other branding. So I have an example here, a school. So you will provide this service to a school. They would like to have an adult content restricted, and they would like to have, or maybe you would like to have to give them other different blocking page to provide different contact details so that the students and the teachers at the school don't contact you directly, but they deal with the IT at the school and not with your help desk. So you can have multiple different blocking pages, and we will get to the point how to assign those blocking pages to particular IP addresses, IP ranges. But first of all, let's open one of the blocking pages now and see what's included. There is a name of blocking page which is just for the sake of the administration, just to have them named differently. There can be there is a blocking page domain, which means where the user will be redirected, what will display in the browser to the user as the address of the blocking page. If it will be redirect.whalebone.io, if it will be blog.school.com, or anything you would like to include. The domain actually doesn't have to exist. It will be automatically created and used on the resolver. So you don't have to buy the domain, you don't have to own the domain. It will be a particular domain only for this very reason. And there will be multiple localizations that you can include. So you can completely change anything that you would like to display to your customers. So let me add, for example, I don't know, whatever localization I would like to have. So I have added German localization, and it offers me to populate the localization with the information I have already provided in the portal, to populate the basic contact information, and I can change it, or I can just click OK, and it will populate the templates of the blocking pages here. And now I have also the German localization, which I can internally change the wording. I can translate in another way. And like this, I have 3 localizations. I have Czech, German, and English. The Czech localization has the wildcard here, wildcard sign here, which means it is used as a default one. If the browser doesn't tell me, or tell the blocking page, I would like German, I would like English, I would like anything else. So if the blocking page is not able to decide, it will use the Czech in this case. But okay, maybe you want to switch to another language for as a default one. So you just click this button, set as default locale, and in this case, the English will be used as a default language for the blocking page. If there is no language available for the particular browser, or if the browser doesn't tell you which language it prefers. Each blocking page, each localization has 4 different flavors. The flavors are important because you probably want to tell the users something else when you block them for a security reason, which is this first one. So you tell them, hey, there is some security threat over there on the domain. Maybe it's not a good idea to go there. But still, it's possible if you want. That's another feature I'll show you. I'll show you right now. I'll show you. So you can provide so-called bypass to the users, that they can decide, hey, thanks for warning me, but I want to go there, and they can just click the button and go to the target domain. There is another flavor called blacklist, which is if you include a domain in your blacklist, the domain will be inaccessible without the bypass option. It's just blacklisted, no way to go there, sorry. You have to contact the administrator if you want to go there. Regulatory, it's a similar one, but you want to probably display some other text here, like we are obliged by the government, by the local law, not to allow you to enter this domain for some reason. You can put a particular reference to a local paragraph that puts you in this position, and it doesn't even have to include your logo. It can be, for example, the template from the government that you would like to use. And the content template, which tells the user, okay, this content, the destination domain includes a content that is not allowed by the administrator. This is especially useful, for example, for the schools or for any customer that you will provide the service of content blocking. Here at the bottom, you can see the HTML code of all the respective templates. You can even switch it to full screen. You can delete it, remove it. I mean, if you don't like it, you can just put other content there on your own. So you are not restricted in any way into adjusting the sinkhole. And there are some features of the there are some special features of the templates that are displayed here. There is a back button which allows the user to go back to previous page if he reached this particular page from somewhere else, so he can get back. So we include this back button, and to include the back button, we also provide the example how to have the back button there in the code. If it's not there, it will be here marked as red, as there is no back button included. There are no contact detail included. So you can again, you can use the contact detail like this, and this will be populated in the blocking page. The security template has the most features. It can display the detected threats if there is a malware, if there is a phishing, if there is some scam there. So it can tell the user actually what's waiting for them on the web page. There is the back button, contact details. There is a bypass button, so a special button that will provide the feature to continue to the destination website, and some features connected to the bypass that is waiting for the bypass, that the page is waiting for the user to be redirected. So that's all. Basically, what we expect that you will do the customization once, maybe do some adjustments later, but this will be a single task. We don't expect you to change it frequently. And now, as we have the blocking pages here prepared, you want to deploy them and activate them, which is another step. The step here, you want to deploy them to particular resolvers. Some of you have different multiple resolvers for multiple use cases. Some of you only have like 1 or 2 resolvers for the whole customer base. So in all cases, you have to decide where you actually want the blocking pages to be deployed. So let me show you how to do it. I will open the resolver 1 in this case, and in the policy assignment, which you are maybe familiar from the past. This is what you find by default. It's a new thing here. You can choose the blocking page location. The default from the past is that the blocking page location is in the cloud. This is what worked for you previously, but you can switch it to on-premise local resolver. So you just tell the resolver, hey, yeah, I want the blocking page locally. And for that very reason, you have to tell the interface what is the local IP address of the resolver, which is reachable by the customers. It will also help you by providing some references from the resolver, so it will help you, but you have to confirm. This is the first step, and then you can actually choose a blocking page for every single IP range that you provide some particular policy to. So you will also have to provide a blocking page to the default policy, which applies to any unknown IP address which is not defined below. So you can choose from the blocking pages that you have defined. You will have there the default or any other that you have prepared. So, for example, I have a simple use case here. I have the school customer on these IP ranges. So I want to provide them the special school blocking page branded for them. And I have also an option to enable the bypass button only for particular customers. So as by default, I want the bypass button there, but for the school or maybe for some enterprise customers, corporate customers, I don't want to allow the bypass. I don't want the children to decide whether they want to go to the malicious website or not. I just don't want them to go there. So no bypass for the schools. So I can save it to the resolver, and that's basically all. I have it up and running, and from that point on, the blocked users won't be going to the cloud, but will be reaching the blocking page on the resolver. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to install any web server, nothing. This happens automatically. We activate all the services for you on the resolver, and they will be ready to accept the connections and provide the right blocking pages to the users. I have one remark to the blocking page itself. We have had some glitches in the previous release. In several days, either this week or early next week, we will release a new resolver version, which will be available to update from the interface, which fixes all the issues. So I encourage you to try out the blocking pages once we release the new version. With it includes loads of bug fixes, and it's pretty stable there. So this is my advice. Wait a few days to try it out. All right, for the bypass, I'm not sure whether I will be able to provide a demo here, but let's try it out. Maybe yes. I will probably share another browser for that particular use case. Okay. So let me share another window, and I will just just checking whether there are some questions. There are no. So either I'm doing a good work explaining, or you don't understand at all. I hope it's the first option. Okay. The Edge browser is being shared now. The other one, and let me show you what happens when the user goes to a malicious website. How does it look like? The on-premise blocking page there. So I'm going to c2 server test.whalebone.io, which is one of the testing malicious domains that we have in the data set, and you can use them for testing purposes as well. And it actually redirected me to a domain block.whalebone.io, which is the domain I have prepared for these very purposes in the blocking page. It tells me, hey, the detected threats are botnets, and there are also the contact details, and there is the customer name, which is some demo customer, and there is the button of continue anyway or leave the page, with which gets me back to the previous one. So this is it, and this is all you can customize to any extent, and exchange anything what you want with Proceed anyway. Yeah, if I click it in a few seconds, I will be taken to the destination domain. It just displays in information. Please wait a few seconds, and it will get me there. So I'll get back to the administration console, and so this bypass should really make the life also easier for you and for the customers. They don't have to contact you in the case they would like to reach something that is blocked because it's malicious, but they feel confident. Okay, I want to go there, so it's much easier then. Okay, so please, when you plan deploying the blocking pages, wait a few days for the update. You will be notified about the update in the release notes, so it will be the information will be included there. But meanwhile, you are able and you are welcome to play with the customizations of the blocking pages and preparing them to have them deployed. Okay. And some other features that we have deployed recently. We have completely reworked our cloud resolvers from scratch. Basically, we just thrown away our own technology, our old technology, own but old, and we have unified the technology for the cloud resolvers with the on-premise ones. So we are now using the very same resolvers, the very same policy definitions for the cloud resolvers, which means you are welcome to use those as well. Although usually the smaller customers are using them because still they are not at your premises. They are running it at our cloud data center. We have at the moment 2 European ones. We'll probably extend the coverage to global in some time, but at the moment we stick to Europe. And how to work with those cloud resolvers in a very similar manner as with the regular resolvers. So you just add your IP ranges. Of course, you need to put here the public IP ranges, and you pick one of your security policies here. So it's basically the same what you do with the resolvers. You prepare the security policies, and you choose the policy to the particular IP range. You can have multiple ranges here. Just adding them like this and choosing a particular policy. When you save it, this goes to the cloud resolvers. They are populated with your new settings, and whenever you access from these IP addresses, the cloud resolvers, the policy will apply. So this is also one thing that you can use. What we are planning and will come a bit later than to on-premise resolvers are also the customized blocking pages to make it really the same experience for the cloud resolvers and for the on-premise ones. So this will be added a bit later. We didn't consider that a major critical point to release it, and the cloud resolvers are. I think it's a major step forward. It could be, for example, what some customers are doing, even the larger ones, even the larger ISPs. They usually have the on-premise resolvers for all the networks that they are able to cover with the on-premise ones. But when they acquire some other small ISP, where they don't have actually the DNS resolvers deployed, they can, for example, cover those by the cloud resolvers before they are also able to integrate them in their own network and use the on-premise ones. So it can be used for some temporary use cases, for some maintenance, for some maintenance steps, etc. So you are welcome to use those. Okay. So this is for the cloud resolvers. Just to make you aware how this works. Behind those IP addresses, there are multiple resolvers running behind a load balancer that is aware about the health of the resolver. So if one of the machines behind goes down or has some issues, it is removed from the load balancing set. So only the healthy are providing the service. So from the outside perspective, these IP addresses should be pretty much close to 100% available. So don't worry to use them. Okay, another topic here, which we are asked quite frequently about, is the DNS over HTTPS deployments. I'm not sure whether some of you are thinking about deploying the DNS over HTTPS, but what we have, our resolvers are coming with an DNS over HTTPS support. So you can use them to also provide DNS over HTTPS or DNS over TLS to your customers. It's just not enabled by default. because the reason is quite straightforward, I believe. Your customers are not using the DNS over HTTPS by default as well. To be at the moment to be approved by the browsers for DNS over HTTPS, and I'm speaking mostly about Google Chrome here. You have to go through an approval process with Google. You have to tell them, okay, we have DNS over HTTPS, it's working, it's running on this IP address and on this URL. We have trusted certificates there, and we have some privacy policy connected to the DNS over HTTPS publicly available to our customers, so they are able to check how we work with the data. These are the requirements from Google to include you in their Google Chrome database, which is updated by the new releases. And what happens if you are included? If you are included, your customers, which are assigned your DNS resolvers, the Google Chrome will switch to DNS over HTTPS instead of using the regular DNS. So it's an improvement for them, as DNS over HTTPS can be definitely considered a more secure option. It's encrypted. It cannot be intercepted by a malicious actor between the client and your resolvers, which could be, for example, infected router or something. So it is a much secure option. However, there is no easy way to orchestrate this change to your customer base. You have to go through the approval process with Google. What we are able to provide, and we are offering this to our customers, to the ISP customers, we can help you with the approval process. We are in partnership with Google. We know the process. We can help you. We can file the request for you. We can help you configure the DNS over HTTPS. We can help you with the privacy policy definition. So there are a few steps that we can be of help and make it smoother for you. So if any of you would like to go for the DNS over HTTPS, get to us, create a support ticket, send an email to me or Peter, and we will help you to be included in the Google Chrome database. We expect that in the future, the process for using DNS over HTTPS will be smoother. There are actually some RFCs pending that can make it easier without applying to Google or other vendors. So there is a huge chance it will be easier, it will be automated throughout the network, but at the moment it has to be done like this. Another topic there I would like to go through are some additional smaller improvements, but I believe you will be quite happy about them. We are focusing on giving you the best available control of the resolvers and to be able to define alerts on any issues. So we are improving the statistics. One of the front-end update is that you can just easily go through any graph, and you can see the statistics in all the graphs at once, with the particular time when it happened, which was missing previously. So now you exactly know what numbers are you looking at. You can see the latency here. You can see the availability of the resolver. It should be green. If it's not 100% green, there is something suspicious. And you can see the CPU load, the memory, disk load, and disk usage. And if there is anything wrong, there is an option to define an alert for this. In the new version of Resolver, we will also start gathering IOPS statistics and network statistics. We would also like to provide those to you to make you aware there is a disk issue, there is there is an IOPS issue, something is not really going well, or there is a network issue, something on the network, we are losing packets, there is just too much traffic for the interface or something. So we will be prototyping these features as well to really help you having 100% availability and the best possible DNS service in class. And another feature could be considered small but helpful, which will be extended over time, definitely, is so-called domain analysis. So you can use the external services to analyze particular domains, but you can also use our own analysis just to see what we think about the particular domain. So you can either click the domain analysis here from the context menu in threat or DNS traffic, and you will be taken in the domain analysis interface. The same interface is also available here in the domain analysis menu. So you can just click here and enter the domain on your own. In the analysis, you can see, okay, we think this is a malware. The score for this threat is 100. So this tells you how we will behave based on your security policy to the particular domain. And we have first seen this threat earlier this year. So it is in the database for quite some time. It's not something new. From the content perspective, this does not fall into any other content categories like social network or something. If you want to check the content categories, you can also use the same domain analysis feature. Facebook.com will tell you, okay, quite expected, it's a social network. YouTube.com will tell you, okay, this is some glitch, sorry for that. And I will also try like LinkedIn.com as a social network as well. We'll have to look into the YouTube glitch later on. So this is how you can check what categories actually will be is a domain categorized to, and this will help you to define the expected behavior for the content filtering for the adult, entertainment, unwanted, and crime domains. All right, and to the new release of the upcoming release of the new resolver, what you can expect. As mentioned, there are loads of improvement and bug fixes to the on-premise blocking page, which we are with the new release we are really confident of. You can start using it. The fixes all we have discovered with the customers already using it are removed and will be fixed. We have also removed some unwanted behavior, like in some cases the disk space was filling quite fast at some customers, which was caused by some environment issues or networking issues. This is removed as well. And also we have done a major changes in memory management in relation to VMware. So with VMware, in some cases we have seen that there is an awkward usage of swap, such as this case. It's actually an unwanted for us unwanted optimization from VMware side that is colliding with our setup. So we have fixed this in the new release as well. So you should be pretty happy with the new release. It is a stable one, and we will have a new feature. I can give you just an overview what will be available to you. Now we will be this is again a demo account. We will be showing you how the upgrades and some deployment actions are running and are being finished on the resolver. So whenever you click software upgrade, whenever you click configuration deployment, you will get a notification like this. Okay, there is you have created this request. We are waiting it to be finished, and when it's successfully finished, you will get the notification like this. Yeah, it has been finished. We have this confirmed. Everything is okay. Or no, something timed out. There is some issue. You shall probably get in touch with support. But you will have a complete control of all the actions that you will launch on the resolvers, and be aware of how they are running, if everything is working properly. And so whenever you will go for update, so it actually, first of all, you will get the release notes via email from Peter. You will see them here in the release notes. There will be a number 1 here, as there is some new message waiting for you, and there will be this arrow pointing up, telling you, hey, there is an upgrade waiting for you. So you can click it. You can see, okay, there is something waiting for me. It will actually include release notes. In this demo, there are none. This is just a testing upgrade. And you can click the initiate update button here. You will get a confirmation. Okay, we have started the update. And if you are not happy with what will happen, something will not work properly, you would like to go back, you can go to the rollback. So once you initiate the update, a possibility of rollback will be displayed. So you will be able to click a rollback button here and go one version back, so that you can get back to the previous state and contact support like, hey, we are not happy with the new version. There is something wrong. So this applies to all the updates. If you are somehow unhappy with the new version, you can make the rollback after you initiate the update anytime. You can do it in 5 minutes, or you can do it the other day. All right. This was basically all from my agenda. We are also just to give you some future side what we are preparing. We are preparing some more resolver actions, which will be available from most probably from here, from the front end. From some context menu, you will be able to clear the caches. You will be able to drop a cache for a particular domain. You will be able to gather troubleshooting logs for a particular domain. So if you are facing some issue with, or your customers are facing an issue accessing a particular domain, you will be able to analyze it from here and gather a full trace log for the particular domain, or get in touch with support. So these little handy things that will just give you more power of what's happening there. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care, guys. Bye.